Ever since the day you were born into this world, you have had everything mapped out for you. From the age of 0 to 4, you've been taken care of by your parents. You're fed, you're nurtured. All you really have to do is just exist as you are. From age 4 to 11, you go to primary school, or elementary school, I think they call it in the US. And from age 11 to 16, you go to high school. And throughout these years of your life as a young man, you've always had something to do, something going on. You've always had meaning. You've always had a purpose. Now, it might not have been a purpose that you chose, but it's still a purpose. You were assigned a pathway that made you feel significant. In other words, you probably didn't feel lost. And now you're 16 and all of a sudden you have choices of your own to make. Do you go and get a job, an apprenticeship? Do you go to college, to university? Do you just slack off and play video games and forget that you're now a responsible adult in the eyes of most people? All of a sudden you have to make this very quick transition from boy to man. And no one's really there to tell you this. No one's really there to help or to figure it out for you. You know, up until this point, everything else has been figured out for you. But now it's your decision. Now you're on your own. Everyone just expects you to have your shit together, and now this isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, it has to happen at some point. However, I know for a fact that this is exactly what leads to young men feeling lost in life. All of a sudden you need to sort your shit out, and fast. You need to make some pretty big decisions, and it's not easy. And most of the time the decision that you make won't even be made because that's what you wanted to do. It will be made because you think it's the right thing to do based off societal standards. Basically, you go to university because it's the normal thing to do. Or you get a job because that is socially accepted by society. You're not doing these things because you have a deep desire to do them. And this is a separate point, but this is where you hear about things like the midlife crisis. That's why that term exists, and that's why people end up going through the midlife crisis. They wake up one day and they realize that they didn't actually do anything for themselves. They didn't do anything that they actually wanted to do. So they do something that's out of character because they're trying to fill a void that was left inside of them from living life on other people's terms. Now here's the interesting part. Here is what you came here for. What do you do if you're a young man who currently feels lost in life? Who currently feels like they're not living up to their potential, or they don't really know which direction to take? And this advice applies to anyone, bro. You don't have to be 16. I didn't implement the advice that I'm about to give you until I was around 21, 22. Now you feel lost in life because you currently have no purpose. I mean, you might be working or you might be in university or college, but you know that this isn't really what you want to do deep down. You know that the job you're doing right now isn't really the job that you want to do for the rest of your life. Or you know that whatever you're studying isn't really the thing that you want to do for the rest of your life. So now we know that you feel lost because you have no purpose. Well, then here comes the obvious answer. You need to find your purpose. You need to find a purpose. And how do you find your purpose? Well, there's a quote out there that I love, and it sounds a little bit cliche, but it's 100% facts. And all it says is find your passion, for your passion will lead you to your purpose. See, bro, there is things in your life that you are passionate about. There's that thing that you really love, something that you enjoy doing. That's your passion, and this passion will lead you to your purpose. See, bro, what I do right now is my purpose. I make videos on the internet for young men. I help them out. This is my job, this is my purpose, and I fucking love it. And I know I love it because I've spent so much time doing it without any results. The longest time I spent working a job was 6 months. That was the longest amount of time that I spent in an actual job. I've been doing this, making content, for over 2 years now. And that's how I know I fucking love it. That's how I know it's my purpose. But I've always had some sort of passion for creating things, for creating content, for making videos. When I was 15, I purchased a GoPro. I used to ride mountain bikes and I started making videos. And then I purchased a camera without any intention to upload videos anywhere. I just made these little edits when I went on holiday, when I went out on my bike. I just made videos, and then I purchased a drone. I just enjoyed the process of filming, of making videos. I liked playing around with the camera. I liked editing. So this is something that I've always had inside of me. It's a passion that I've always had. But at the time, I didn't really know that I was going to do this. I didn't know that this would be my purpose. But I'm just telling you that this has always been something that I've enjoyed. It's always been something that I've liked doing. And look what's happened. My passion led me to my purpose. Because bro, in this day and age, I'll be honest, 2024, you can literally make money through anything. You can monetize anything. The internet has given this generation a fucking golden opportunity. 20 years ago, you couldn't make money on the internet like you can right now. 20 years ago, you couldn't monetize your passion. Unless you were an athlete, unless your passion was to open a shop, unless you were a barber and your passion was to cut hair, you were limited to what passions you could monetize. But now you're not. Now you have no limits to what you can monetize. Let's say you enjoy basketball. You can monetize that passion by creating videos on the internet, teaching people how to play basketball, and you could make a really good amount of money doing that. There's a woman who makes over $10,000 a month teaching people how to knit. Now, if you told somebody 5 years ago that you could make $10,000 a month knitting or teaching people how to knit, they would have laughed at you. They would have thought you were crazy. But now that's a reality, all because of this thing, your phone. So bro, find your passion. Figure out what it is that you really like doing and turn that into your purpose, turn that into your job. In order to no longer feel lost in life, you need this purpose. Because bro, going back to me, I was a young man who felt lost in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I know what I didn't want to do. I know that I didn't want to go and work a 9 to 5. I know that I didn't want to go to college, to university, but I didn't really know what I was going to do, and I felt lost. But I sat down with myself, I had a long and hard think, and I came to the conclusion that I was going to monetize my passion. I was going to create things. And you'll also find that one thing leads to another. You'll find that you'll fall into your purpose. I started making gym edits. I started making fitness content on TikTok, but then that led me into creating self-improvement content like this. And now this is my purpose. My passion led me to my purpose, and it can do the same for you. Bro, having a purpose as a young man is so fucking important, and it's overlooked by so many people. Go and read The Way of the Superior Man. It's a book that talks about purpose, and it explains to you why purpose is so important. It dives into details, into the depths of purpose and the importance of purpose for a young man, for a man, and how we need this sense of purpose in order to feel satisfied, in order to feel this sense of fulfillment. Because trust me bro, I know how it is. Like I said, 2-3 years ago, I didn't have a purpose. I felt lost in life. I didn't know where I was heading. It's a scary feeling, bro. I know how it feels. I've been there. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I make videos like this. Because I know what it feels like, bro. I've been there. I know how scary it can feel to have no fucking purpose, to feel lost in life. And now I know how good it feels to have that purpose. And I want you to feel the same, bro. There's no reason why any young man out there shouldn't feel what it feels like to live a meaningful life with purpose. So figure it out, bro. Find out what it is. And this can take time, bro. It can take years. But as long as you're actively trying to find your purpose, you're no longer going to feel lost in life. You're no longer going to have to live life doing something that you don't want to do. You're no longer going to have to live life on other people's terms. You live life on your own terms, doing your own thing, pursuing your passion. And that is a fucking wonderful life to live. That, in my eyes, is success. Success isn't about how much money you make. Success is about freedom. The man who makes $3,000 a month, but does it through his passion, through his purpose, who enjoys it, who's free, who does it on his own terms, is way more successful than the man who makes 10k a month, but hates his fucking life because he's sat inside of an office all day, making somebody else rich, living life on somebody else's terms. That, to me, is what separates the successful people from the rest. Now, this doesn't mean you can't strive to make more money. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't strive to make 10k per month. Because obviously life gets quite nice when you're making 10k per month. And I know I'm getting away from the point of this video, bro, but these are all just things that you need to hear if you're a young man who feels lost in life. I hope you gained some sort of value from this video, bro. I hope you've gained some sort of motivation. I hope you've learned something. I hope I've been able to help you overcome these feelings that you have of feeling lost. If you're new to this channel and you're a young man who wants to improve his life, scroll down right now and click subscribe. Click on this video right here to help you on your self-improvement journey. Like the video, drop a comment, all of that good stuff. Help me out with the algorithm. I'm making it my mission to help turn boys into men.